Want the phone number?
Do you have some ID with you that you would
Yes, I sure do.
Can I see it, please?
Yes, come on over here. But I want this camera on at all times for documentation.
Who do you work with? Can I see it? Do you mind if I take it?
No, I do not want you taking my wallet.
I just want to move your hand so I can see it.
No, sir.
I'm not going to take your wallet.
Right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work
Time
for InfoWars.
You work for Time Warner Cable? Right there. Is that who you work for?
InfoWars brought to you by Time Warner Cable. CNN is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. So when you watch Alex Jones debate Piers Morgan on CNN, figure it out. They're both being paid by the same company.
What have I discovered about Bilderberg? The BBC was able to get the documents decades ago that they helped found the Euro, which was actually a Nazi German plan to take over countries economically. No, that's on record. And I've interviewed members of the EU Parliament on the subject who were out there at the event.
But what's that?
3,000 people. They turned 1,000. Bilderberg is heavily involved in the EU plan and helped hatch it, and it is a Nazi plan. They had Lockheed scandals, just like the big lobbying scandals right now in the 70s, and that's why the SS officer, Prince Bernhard, the founder, had to step down. It is the ultimate lobbying meeting while you guys have this huge scandal going on. Your prime minister's going there. Balls was just here, Bilderberg group member. We have forced them from cover to admit that there are puppeteers above the major parties.
You have uncovered the New World Order, which is deadly. It's full of what you call people who are criminals. Well, this is what I'm coming to. It's full of criminals, etc., who seek to run the world and will kill anybody who gets in their way. And you are almost, and have been, a lone crusader powering against them.
No,
so how come?
How am I alive?
How are you still alive?
Why am I alive?
Well, no, which is yes. Listen,
Why am I alive?
which is the explanation? One, they don't exist. Or two, you're part of the conspiracy.
No, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
You're part of the conspiracy.
No, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
I say the first.
5 years ago when Obama and Hillary...
I say the second.
5 years ago when Hillary and Obama were...
The BBC is part of the Bilderberg Group.
Well, you know, Winston Smith did work here. I mean, come on, Eric Blair worked here, and that's what he said it was.
Why do you think we've let
George
you
Orwell.
on? Why have we let you on then?
Problem is that conspiracy theories like this are believed in...
Hey, listen, I'm here to warn people. You keep telling me to shut up. This isn't a game. Okay, our government in the U.S. is building FEMA camps. We have an NDAA where they disappear people now. You have this arrest for public safety, life in prison.
You are the worst person I've ever interviewed.
No, it's basically off with their heads, disappear
David,
them,
thank you
take
for
them away.
being with us.
Infowars.com.
It's gone 11:30. You're watching the Sunday Politics. We have an idiot on the program today. Coming up in just 20 minutes.
You will not stop the Republic. Humanity is awakening. Infowars.com. No, you got...
But I had to hang up on the guy and delay him out because there's no point in letting him put out his COINTELPRO. What's COINTELPRO? According to FBI records, COINTELPRO resources were expended on infiltrating, disrupting, marginalizing, and/or subverting groups suspected of being subversive. I can't tell you how many times I've just gone to any political event.
Constantly put on the defensive against the federal government. Every single time. Be it the FCC coming to town and trying to shut down our local micro broadcaster. Be it the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration coming to town and trying to shut down and train the police officers to do blood withdrawals. Be it the DATF now.
That's an example of COINTELPRO. Here's another great example of COINTELPRO.
You are not going to get away with your activities. You are not going to get away. Hey, ladies, the Second and First Amendment. Get the hell out of my face. I'm here to tell you right now.
part of the team.
I mean, I almost started crying last night when I was at that demonstration, and I saw these families bringing their children up to me for me to shake their hand, and I just look at their innocence.
He's trying to take over our rally that a lot of people worked on.
Is that once they cause all the infighting and division and problems, then everyone spends their time on that, and then you can't expand your organizations.
All right, is the freedom movement divided in Austin? Somebody doesn't want to play nice.
And every time I go to a big city and see provocateurs, I've seen it in Austin.
Are you ready to
That's COINTELPRO, playing that against people, creating racial division, infiltrating groups, trying to radicalize them, trying to get people to commit acts of violence so they can put them in prison.
You have never had more solid evidence that Alex Jones is working for the bad guys than right here, right now. Because what he's doing, he's coming to a peaceful rally, he's trying to stir up violence.
They want to radicalize mainline libertarians, conservatives, so we can be politically demonized, so we don't become mainstream and take our country back.
Us look like lunatics. Number one. Number two, he gets us divided amongst ourselves.
The reason I know is my dad came to the protest, and I didn't notice him. Because the whole time I was there, I had like COINTELPRO poking me and getting in my face. They send in people to cause violence. They spread lies about you.
I'm here being friendly. We wanted to give you a speaking spot, but instead of working with us, you're yelling on top of us.
You're afraid of the enemy. That's a diversion. That's a diversion. Pure diversion. Wow. That's guilty. If you're not, that's guilty. That's guilty.
And now you are acting like it's appropriate to just come in here and climb right on top of us.
Don't worry. Like COINTEL.
So
how is exactly like COINTEL.
City Austin. So you should be lifting us up and empowering us instead of holding us.
I wasn't lifted up or empowered.
When you see them demonizing people like Ron Paul, myself, and others, you know it is a COINTELPRO operation. We, the patriots, the constitutionalists, we're the good guys. We're trying to save the republic. And anybody that stands against that is a treasonous, traitorous, larcenous enemy of humanity. Period.
Either you're with us or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear.
But getting back to COINTELPRO, infiltrate your group, and we need to incite violence to run off reasonable pacifists in your group, and so we can have you arrested and, quote, break up your group. They also want to radicalize the message. Get up! Get moving! Get moving, soldier! Defend the republic!
No! You had to move it! No! He wants to put us in camp! Yeah, no one's doing She wants to put us in camp! She wants to put us in camp! Hey, she wants to put us in camp!
You know you are good. You know, listening, that you're not COINTELPRO. Because that's how COINTELPRO works so well. I'm the real thing. Do you have any discernment out there?
Cash machines are failing in Britain and now other European countries. They're finding large amounts of explosives in France. Vladimir Putin, who is known as Vladimir the Ruthless, and using all his profanity on national TV, you name it. We won't read the profanity here, but we've got it. This person is on an unbelievable power trip and resembles a demon. He is a creature of the IMF and the World Bank and international communism. He is a former KGB head. And this information is vital, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing the New World Order really come out in full force. More wars than have been in the last 50 years are going on right now. The war in Chechnya is raging in Grozny with, well, reports of hundreds to thousands dying. 20 to 40,000 civilians trapped in the city. Russian Hinds are being shot down. Tanks are being blown to bits. Massive Grad unguided rocket attacks are being launched on the city indiscriminately right now. Air and artillery bombardments as well. It's absolutely out of control. It is pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you the news first on Y2K. The newest developments: a Pennsylvania nuclear plant has been shut down. One of the main systems transferring the power from it failed, but they say it's not a Y2K problem. And the things I'm experiencing here in Austin, Texas: the shelves are empty of water and some gas stations are running out of fuel. Here in Central Texas and in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the shortwave is basically down, ladies and gentlemen. Went off right as I went on the air. The big news on Y2K. Then we'll start going to your calls. All right, let's go ahead and get to this article. Associated Press. This came out at 7:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, December 31st, 1999. Pennsylvania nuclear plant shut down. One of the two nuclear reactors at PECO Energy Co.'s Limerick Generating Station has shut down this morning after a piece of equipment failed. Company spokesman Neil McDermott said the problem was not Y2K related. It was declared an unusual event, the least serious emergency classification of a nuclear power plant. They got to have a serious emergency to shut down a plant, ladies and gentlemen. You power one down, you're not going to power it up for at least days. It was declared an unusual event. At 2:55 a.m., shutdown occurred when an insulator on the main generator transformer from Limerick 2 failed. We had reports yesterday of this. Off the record, I would not report it, but I had it from a good source that this plant was having problem along with 4 other plants. I may just go ahead and report it here. I mean, boy, do we get good information here. This has been going on for days. From our information, it is not this transformer that they're talking about. They wouldn't just shut a plant down over that. Something serious may be going on there. So that the central government, known as the federal government, the occupational government in Washington, D.C., has set up a huge $50 million command bunker hooked into all the FEMA boxes that can take over all the shortwave broadcast and commercial AM and FM stations, as well as television broadcast stations. And we hope they do not activate that, ladies and gentlemen. Police and military are on high alert, running around looking for supposed boogeymen and terrorists under every rock. Military are highly visible now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are trains of military equipment moving into Austin. 2 nights ago, on Wednesday night, Fox News reported that the airport will be used as a massive holding facility for troublemakers or rioters here in Austin that has no history of riots. They need to get that country locked down so they can stage the election for Vladimir Putin. I mean, this guy is a demon. Have you seen this guy? It's just how he's raging with power. I can't even keep track of all the developing news as it's coming in. I'm not going to get into I'm not even going to say it's 6 to 7 reactors across the country. I'm not even going to. It's bad, and I got this news about the Pennsylvania plant early yesterday. Got it again off air. Confirmed it with someone that is 99% accurate, about like I am, trying to report the truth, and now I've got the Associated Press saying, well, they shut the whole plant down, but they call it an unusual event, the least serious emergency classification of a nuclear power plant. Well, it's got to be pretty bad for them to power a plant down. As the developments move forward with this Y2K and this gear up for clamping down in America and Russia and around the world by globalist forces, we'll be bringing you the news as long as we're here on the air. Now pretty much dictator and controller of... Oh, this is extremely serious. 2 weeks ago, Topol M, 6,200-mile super range, multiple warhead, newest design, U.S. clone technology missiles were deployed across Russia. They're mobile. These are first strike type systems. They're also designed to survive several strikes.
There's something else I want to tell you, Alex.
Well, hold on just a second.
Okay.
I mean, this is extremely serious. Again, I was getting this information, what you just said 2 days ago, and I got it even more. I ignored it then I got it yesterday, and now it's in the Associated Press that in Pennsylvania, where you're calling from, in the city you're calling from, one of 2 nuclear reactors at PECO's Energy Co. Limerick Generating Station was shut down this morning after a piece of equipment failed. And they're saying it's non-Y2K related. This is just unbelievable. I know they're threatening to nuke us every single week. I've read the Associated Press, Reuters, Interfax News Agency, London Times articles here. I mean, I read Yeltsin and Jiang Zemin's quotes, the dictator of China, and they're saying we'll nuke you. I mean, they spell it out. We will hit you with nuclear weapons. We reserve the right to hit you. 3 weeks ago, their head of their missile forces said we reserve the right to nuke you first. Their currency is plunging. The Egyptian pound is plunging against the dollar, the Japanese yen, the Deutsche mark, and the just all of it. And the same thing is starting to develop here in America. Many of the gas stations here in Austin have the little gloves over the pumps saying they're out of fuel. You never see this in Austin, Texas. Right here in South Austin, I've seen several stations. We don't know if this is just a Y2K that was here. Just bizarre behavior. Americans standing up as Russia threatens to attack us with nuclear weapons, as nuclear power plants, at least one, are being shut down, as the military runs around with the police and the FBI saying terrorism is imminent. Absolutely out of control. Just maintain your readiness, be calm, defend your family, defend your country. But they have activated a powerful Cold War radar system in the North Pole region. That is something that is grounding out shortwave. The entire 9400 band, all throughout the 9.4000 up to 9. I mean, the military traffic is everywhere right now, ladies and gentlemen. Scrambled. We've got superpower radar systems, nuclear systems up. And perhaps our military is refusing. Fresno, where our servers are located, is in the middle of a blackout, ladies and gentlemen. We're off the internet. This is just absolutely out of control. That's why the commercial stations are so important. More information coming at you on the other side as Y2K develops.
Before we get started, I have to clear up a little discrepancy here. Apparently the other night, or within the last week, because I've been getting a lot of email about this, and I even received one telephone call. Apparently somebody called the Alex Jones broadcast and asked him why he didn't have me on the air, or asked him something about me. Alex Jones said he had me on the air once before, several years ago, and had to cut me off the air because of the foul language that I used. So on the air tonight, I'm going to tell you, Alex Jones, you are a bold-faced, miserable, stinking little coward liar. Now let me say that again so there's no mistake about it. You can all tell Alex Jones that I said this, and I suspect he's listening because he does. Alex Jones, you are a bold-faced, stinking, rotten little coward liar. I was only on the Alex Jones show one time. It was years ago, when I didn't know who he was, when I didn't realize what a liar and a coward and a sensationalist bullshit artist that he is. He was on one little FM station down in Texas. He wasn't on all the stuff that he's on now. And I agreed to be on his broadcast. That's when I was doing guest appearances on broadcasts, years ago. I was not cut off. I did not use any kind of foul language whatsoever. He treated me very well, and I stayed on for the whole show. Some of you in Texas know that that's true because you heard the broadcast and you taped it. Later, when I found out who Alex Jones was and what he was doing to the truth, and what a cowardly liar and sensationalist he really is, every time he called me after that, I have always refused to appear on his broadcast. Absolutely refused to lend him any credibility whatsoever by appearing on his broadcast. And that made him very angry. I've also revealed him for the lying sensationalist bullshit artist that he is by every once in a while bringing to your attention the lies and the deceit and the rumors that he spreads over the airwaves that are not good for any of us, and they're not good for the nation. They are especially not good for militia and patriots. The most disgusting broadcast he ever did was on New Year's Eve, the year 2000, the New Year's Eve, 1999, bringing in the year 2000, which he went completely out of his mind and claimed that Russia had launched intercontinental ballistic missiles with multiple warheads at the United States of America and actually panicked millions of people who were putting their children and their belongings in their cars and heading for the hills. Now, there's lots of things that can be said about me. Nobody needs to lie about me. Sometimes I am irritating. Sometimes I absolutely will not suffer fools and am just as rude as I can be. Nobody has to lie about me, Alex Jones. So I suggest that the next time somebody calls your broadcast and asks them about me, you tell the truth. There's lots of truth that you can tell about me. But don't ever lie on me, buddy, because I'll chop you off at your ankles. I will chew you up. I will spit you out for the lying, stinking, rotten little coward that you are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I have to say about Mr. Sensationalist, lying, rumor-mongering, bullshit artist, Alex Jones. Good evening. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Cooper.
Hi.
Listen, that Alex Jones interview was directly after you published the Veritas June 26, 1998 issue about the Cooper family being targeted by the feds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah,
And
back in 1990. So did he kick me off the air?
No, he's a liar, and you've pointed it out, and I heard that interview, and you were nothing but cordial.
Yeah, well, that's the truth.
That's the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia.
Bye-bye.
Alex Jones is a miserable, rotten, little, stinking, cowardly, bold-faced liar. Boy, you know, all of these people ought to know better than to mess with me, because I don't take any crap from anybody. And if I'm not afraid of the whole machinations of the entire government Gestapo, what in the hell makes Alex Jones think that I would ever be afraid of his cowardly little rotten butt? Good evening. You're on the air.
Yeah, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let you know I verify what you said about that Alex Jones interview. They had it archived on the internet at one time, and I did hear that interview, and there was nothing wrong with what you did.
And I wasn't thrown off the air, was I?
Not a bit.
No. And that's the only interview I ever did with Alex Jones. As soon as I found out what he was doing and who he really was, he's called me back at least 100 times since then, and I've always told him to take a hike. So anyway, thank you.
Have any of you noticed as well how Alex Jones always tries to mix lunacy with any mention of the Jesuit order? He's done it so much over time, it's incredible. He's simply trying to discredit so the sheep don't get onto the subject. Once you get onto the subject, you then see through the Jones in a short space of time. This CIA Jones. You then find people like myself exposing Alex Jones with facts, and then that screws him up, you see. Alex detests us in the anti-Jesuit crowd because we are hot on what we're doing. We can dish the dirt like no other group out there at all our enemies. We give dates, times, true history and places, whereas others just do minor brushing and vet it basically. We are, right, true and cannot be controlled by money and power. These Maltese Knights like to buy all the true patriots off, right, or so-called wannabe true patriots, and turn them, right, as we saw with Tex Mars over the last 4 years or so. Most of these weak individuals, right, are spouting their mouths off on anti-NWO this and that. When it comes to it though, they're up there for the money and lifestyle, and they actually fear death like these little peons they are. Another trick of Alex Jones and company is to mock the term Jesuit coadjutor. They make out we are calling them actual Jesuits now, part of the actual Jesuit orders directly, when in reality we're not calling them a Jesuit part of the order as such, or a member of it. We're simply stating by this term that they are working for the Pope, either unknowingly or knowingly. If you aid the conspiracy agenda, then you're aiding the Pope's agenda, period. In fact, the real definition of a Jesuit is a clever person who deceives the people. That's in very old dictionaries, but it's taken out of modern dictionaries. Mind you, you can't find nothing in a modern dictionary, because we're all dumbed down. The only word you'll find is bling bling. In fact, the soldiers of Loyola merely took on the name, which in fact, in reality, is basically just a piss take to us. They're taking the mickey, they're laughing, they're telling you what they are. The Jesuit order is really the Society of Jesus, right? And they also went under the names of the Knights of the Virgin. Previously, it was also the Los Alumbrados of Spain. And no, it's not a crypto-Jew conspiracy, as these Jew bashers would like you to believe, these Zionist bashers, wanting to keep the theory alive, the dead theory going. So, another trick to fool you and themselves into accepting a papacy trick on the people, blaming these Hofjudens. For example, an Hofjuden is a court Jew, the Jews that work for the Pope, the ones all in positions of power. If you want to know more on the Hofjuden, then just listen to my audio titled Vatican Hofjuden. I'll go into it a lot more in there, and tying back to Roman Catholicism at the core. If we go back to Alec, can somebody please explain to me why we should believe anything he's got to say? Because if you look, he's appeared on numerous television shows, including the Fox News network, the same network ruled by Maltese Knights through British intelligence, controlled by an SIS agent, Rupert Murdoch, who's a Roman Catholic Knight of Malta, and he's a Knight of St Gregory the Great. Give me a break. We've also seen Murdoch. He was down at Georgetown University on the 3rd of April of this year, 2008, down at his Masters, the Jesuits. Why are you on Fox News, Alex Jones? Is it because you're totally safe and controlled? Best of it is, right, Alex has slagged off Fox News in the past, but now he's using it. It reminds me of this Kurt Nemo guy, one of Alex's sidekicks. Kurt once said, quote, "It is fair to assume the Pentagon and the CIA are burrowed deeply inside newsrooms around the country, especially the higher echelon corporate newsrooms at Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, etc." End quote. Now tell me why Kurt still associates with Alex Jones after that statement. Doesn't this show you the hypocrisy of these agents, these people, these devious ones? They expect you to worship them like gods and forget all the deviousness going on and what's gone on. The same for Alex appearing on B-Sky B over here in England. You know, B-Sky B is a network once again, controlled by Roman Catholic Murdoch. What a damn hypocrite, as we keep seeing. So we've had Alex Jones on the BBC network that he's supposedly highlighting and things like that. What else has Alex Jones been on the television? What stations? He's been on bloody Russia Today. He's been on C-SPAN. He's been on CBC. He's been on CNN. And he's been on MTV and a whole host of others. So is he controlled or not? Alex, I mean, isn't it amazing how you can get a Rothschild on your radio show? This great big powerful Rothschild family. Maybe it's because of all the promotion you give them as these great, powerful, all-controlling bankers. This proved you were an agent completely. Folks, the Rothschild, right, he had on, was David Mayer de Rothschild, the son of Sir Evelyn de Rothschild, the Maltese Knight, who was on BBC the other day when he was talking about the stage Maltese bring down of the economy. Of course, he didn't tell you it was staged. Do you think you'd ever see the Grand Master of the Knights of Malta, Matthew Festi, or the Superior General of the Jesuits, Adolfo Nicholas, on BBC like this? Hell no, you wouldn't. Only pawns go and sit in the studio of minions like BBC. Would you see the Pope there? Of course you wouldn't. Wake up and see who's the power. For that matter, would you even see the Maltese navigator Queen Elizabeth II in the studio? Never. She wouldn't sit there in that studio. But you see, Evelyn de Rothschild, who's supposedly greater than all these people, I mean, Alex, it seems you're a Hollywood kind of fraud. Folks, do you honestly think someone who has a globally released film with him acting in would be of truth? The film I'm talking about is the Gas Scanner Darkly, taken from Philip K. Dick's work. It came out in 2006. Didn't we hear CIA Jones once claim that Arabs owned Hollywood? For God's sake, what a complete joke. I mean, let's talk about the European Union now, Alex. Why do you constantly go on about Bilderberg? Why do you claim they are this ultra-powerful group? They're just a small arm of the Cliveden set and the unholy Roman Empire control. Why do you always forget to mention how it was Jesuit Joseph Rettinger behind Bilderberg? He was the brainchild and the one who brought Prince Bernhard onto the project. Why did you miss out Jesuit Alcide de Gasperi, A-L-C-I-D-E, space D-E, space G-A-S-P-E-R-I, behind the European Union? Why'd you do that? I mean, you certainly don't like pointing out these Jesuits, just like the other Pied Pipers don't. Well, Alex, if anyone is trying to discredit the 9/11 movement, it's you. Whipping up all these young profane teenagers, you're trying children. You're getting arrested and causing agitation so much. If anyone is helping to damage the 9/11 truth movement, it is yourself, along with how you act like a complete mental case. This is a technique to put the masses off your work, whilst claiming that you're trying to do the opposite. You accept the more intelligent, as the CIA knows there is not much they can do against them that are semi-waking up. But they can sure use you to keep the others from awakening. So they put on this crazy mental voice and actions with their stooge, Alex Jones. All of a sudden, the new and profane see this and think mental retard or something, and they switch off instantly. So right now I'm going to play an example of Alex Jones and his technique to put people back into their quilts fast asleep.
Our roots. It's time to get angry, and it's time to start standing up to the scumbags that think that we're their slaves, because they're not giving us quarter, and if we don't stand up and fight back against them, we have no future. The New World Order must be defeated!
You've obviously seen Doctor Who.
No, I remember about 20 years ago watching it on PBS, yeah, but I...
You sounded just like a Dalek.
Are those the little things that run around trying to kill people?
Yeah.
They're big, man. Don't say
exterminate, yes.
Watch out for
Hey, listen, Alex.
No, that's the New World Order. It's Daleks running the New World Order. Exterminate.
Exactly.
So, Prince Philip's a Dalek. You have got to get in-game, folks. It's free on Google or get it at Amazon.uk. Just get it out to people. The rebellion has begun.
Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Alex. Alex Jones.
So, folks, who do you think is discrediting the conspiracy truth now, then? Huh? I mean, imagine yourself not knowing anything once again, back in, when you was profane, big time, and then coming across this raving lunatic straight off, going off on one,
I'm not a crazy man. Let me tell you something. And so I will admit it here. I am insane.
Lies! Lies! No more lies! Lies! Lies, 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 lies! Lies, 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 lies! Yeah! This is normal! This is normal! This is normal! It's a sick freak world, man. You right now, and you're going to get cancer, and you're going to die, and you're going to thank the government, and you're going to cower when the police in black uniforms come and give you the shots forcibly, and they're going to watch babies die and love it because they're good guys. The government's good. I'm lying to you. Ha ha ha! The cops are in the uniforms. They're ready. They're coming. They love it. Shut up. Handcuffs are on you right now. Ooh, I'm such a good officer. Oh, the government's so good. Oh yeah, they're so good. Oh, thank you, government. You're so loving. I love you so much. Oh yeah. And